Today, I'd like to invite you along on a journey. It's a journey I've been on over the last year. While personal in nature, pilgrimages I have found are done in community, together. And I'd like to share part of this experience with this community as we journey together. It's a journey of 1,000 miles that I've been on. It's not to Wichita, Kansas. It's not to Helena, Montana, or Houston, Texas. All, interestingly enough, are 1,000 miles from Phoenix, in case you're wondering. It's a 1,000-mile journey from this man's head to his heart. A little bit of context about why I decided to take this journey, even not knowing I was going to start this journey. In a word, there was discontent with life. While seemingly great on the outside, there was a lot of struggle happening in here. A series of temporary fulfillments in life, the next job, the next promotion, the next house, the next thing, relationships, a lot of looking out there for answers still left me empty. There was something still gnawing inside of me. In my head, I was trying to figure things out, as people who know me well will attest. I can be very cerebral in problem solving, which is a gift and a curse. But this running diatribe in me was driving me nuts and people around me nuts. In my heart, this growing dissatisfaction left me feeling alone, dry spiritually, and feeling stuck. A cairn, as you'll see here, is a pile of rocks, not as our beautiful Karen sitting in the audience today. A cairn is a pile of rocks. Anybody who's done mountain climbing will recognize this, right? It's a marker. It's a roadmap. It's what's next. We can't see all of them along the path, but there was one staring me straight in the face, and I needed to take a step. And so, as it's well said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So the cairn, for me, number one, a journey of letting go. And for me, this letting go was my couple of decade regular use of alcohol. While it temporarily satisfied this kind of craziness that was happening in my head, it was slowly eroding me. And I had to let that go. It had been staring me in the face for a number of years, and I kept ignoring it. It was up to me. Was I going to sit on this path, or am I going to engage? I stood up and decided to let it go. 270 days later today, I'm here. What I learned through this is that, the journey is walking together. I didn't have to do this alone. I found a community of people that were on that same journey, and we were able to walk together, and we continue to walk together in this journey. I could then begin to more clearly see the behaviors that I was presenting to the world, to my family, to work, to people around me. I wasn't as stuck, but these thoughts began to reveal that the problems were not out there. The problem was in here. And it was insecurities. And as difficult as that is for men, for me to talk about, finally talking about it and getting real with myself about it allowed me to let that go, which was the second marker on the road for me. So I continued forward. The next cairn, the next pile of rocks for me led to a retreat. This retreat was a spiritual retreat, again in community, walking together with 10 other people with very clear intention of getting real with my patterns on the outside and being real with myself, unabashedly naked with who I was inside in these insecurities. I'm 52 years old. It's time to get this done. I was about to say the other word. So the pre-event was very intentional about writing this all out longhand. Out there and in here, me. There's a song from Hamilton, I'm not going to waste my shot. I'm not going to waste it. I went all in this retreat. And I let go and faced my deepest fear, which many of us have had experience with. That's the toxic masculine. That toxic masculine that I was abused by my father that impacted me, and I could see roots of that in me. That was scary. That was my fear. It wasn't out there, it's in here. And in letting that go, the magical moment, so to speak, in this retreat was opening myself to that and meeting the divine. And she is beautiful. I kissed her hand, and she reached into my heart and embraced my heart. In that moment of exposure of my deepest fear, unconditional love. She reached down, bent down, and kissed my forehead and opened my eyes to see beyond myself and to see the work that I could do in front of me. And I went and finished my damn work. I don't know how much I can say from here. There's a lot of words I want to say that I'm trying to guard against. But that fear is done. I had the power based on that experience to face that inner fear within myself and let that go. And I am done with living in that way. The anger, the frustration, the dissatisfaction is gone. I am not living that way anymore. It's done. There was a rewiring that I could see myself doing in this experience. I'm not sure how many of you have seen those James Webb images from space. Yes? Have you seen those images? There was an experience of all of that out there is innate in you and in me in here. That is the expansive power that's available to all of us. Healing, all of the answers I was seeking and pointing and projecting out there are in here in me. This feeling of the sons of 1,000 generations is alive and pulsating within me, and there's something to do. So that brought me to the third pile of rocks, the third cairn. And this next step was not letting go, but having this space to finally pick something up called self-responsibility. Chop wood, carry water, coming back, showing up, doing the work of daily life. Not checking out, checking in. Allowing, the irony of it all is just allowing that space for that insecurity to be there, and instead of it being something I react to on a scale from 1 to 10, it being a 6 or 7, it's now a 2. And it's just there, and I can move on and press on. It's not there. It's not going to control me anymore. And I can see beyond myself and see others. I can see Lisa and her contributions, and I have this image of we each have a song to sing, and Lisa, you're singing your song, and it's beautiful. Being present for the person at the Welcome Center that's the first person that perhaps hears Bienvenido a los Estados Unidos, and seeing that person as I pour a cup of coffee. Seeing somebody at the grocery store, the clerk, and recognizing that person. There's also a sense in picking up responsibility for myself as a man in this world and in what I'm doing. Walking together with a group of men through a groups counseling program now and getting clear about what it is to be a real man in this world leading. And part of that, and I have a message for a lot of men out here, and maybe I'll write a short book about this. If we would open ourselves as men to the divine feminine that's alive within us, the world would be a different place. I've got something to say about that.
There's a lot of women's voices out there saying
I feel open. I feel a sense of joy for no condition. There just is a joy in life that's alive and pulsating and real. So what does this mean going forward? Does anyone else know the movie The Greatest Showman? Anyone else out there like that movie? One of my favorite songs in life from now on. I saw the sun begin to dim and felt that winter wind blow cold. A man learns who there is for him when the glitter fades and the walls won't hold. 'Cause from then, rubble, what remains can only be what's true. If all is lost, there's more I gained because it led me back to you. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight, it starts right now. Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart from now on, from now on. What does this mean? The trail, I can see it ahead. I can't see the entire trail, but I see what's next. And that's a calling I feel now, an aliveness to walk with, again, in community, the marginalized of Latin America. And doing the work today at the Welcome Center. And one day, I see mountain vistas out there. I see journeys, a vision of working alongside the marginalized in Latin America in country, out there. Costa Rica, Colombia, Argentina. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I can't connect all the dots forward, but I see it. And I see that together for us as a partnership. We won't be missing anything. The issues of the heart cannot be solved in the head. And they cannot be solved alone. So for me, from now on, for myself, for my family, and for the legacy that I feel I want to leave in this world, I am leading from my heart. Let's journey together.